Morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are we all doing today? Oh, nice and sunny this morning. So, it is Thursday. We are going to do some cardio and core as usual. A nice, short, sweaty, snappy session to get you going on this Thursday morning. We're just going to need a mat. That's all you need. Mat and body and a glass of water. Open some windows, put on some music, do whatever you have to do, and we'll get started now in about 30 seconds when a few more jump on. Okay, so we are going to do 8 exercises as usual. As always, I will show variations for each one. If you are new to the group, you're very, very welcome, and I hope that you're able to keep up. Watch what I do. I'll show as many different variations as I can. Choose which one suits you and your ability and try that one. If you want to progress on to one of the more advanced moves, try it and see how you get on. But if you find it too much, you can always then revert back. Flies everywhere. You can always revert back to the earlier progression beforehand, okay? So we're going to start with a nice simple squat jump onto the ground then for a crunch, back up onto your feet for a power stride. We're going to then do a lovely graceful strengthening T-plank. We're going to go onto the floor for a mountain climber and then stay on the floor for a dead bug, which will allow loads of strength and conditioning work, and also it's a nice relaxing stretch type move. And then we're going to finish off the set with a hop to squat and a good old fashioned plank at the end. So let's switch those two at the end out. We'll see how we get on. If you're ready to start now, we have a few on there now. We'll get started and get warmed up, and we'll go through this as quick as we can so that you can get on with your day. So bring it onto your toes. We'll warm it up, just nice and light on the feet. So as always, if you have any questions throughout or after the workout, please drop them into the comments below, and myself or Emma will come back to you as soon as we can. Keep the feet nice and light, then lift the knees a little bit higher. Keep going with that. Just going to turn this phone to silent before it starts to beep on us. Yeah, that's fine. Good stuff, keep going. Bring it down into a slight jumping jack, just a small, sharp movement. And we'll really get the heart rate up to get us started today. Good. Remember, if you have issues with lateral movements or too much impact, you can make this happen instead. So you're still doing the cardio and the movement, it's just not as sore on the pelvic floor. Going into a stride, mind the knees here nice and soft. Use the arms as well if you have it. Back to jacks. Heart rate up yet? Good, jog it out. Speed it up. And relax. Nice big circles now with the arms. Forward we go. Change direction now and go back the way. Arms go out, stretch back and forward. One more. Go diagonal now. It's 3 each side. Last one. Well done. Shoulder roll up and down. So the shoulders are always a kind of casualty of workouts and of stress and of everything else. We tend to have them up here, so try and get them lower down. We're going to go onto our toes now, onto our feet, plant the heels and just rotate the hips in a nice big movement. Bend those knees slightly also. Change direction, and a good stretch of the hips Well done. Bring it down now into a squat. Try and keep the chest tall and get the bum as close to the floor as possible. Hands on the floor, push yourself up. Stretch out the back of those legs. Let's go again. Deep breaths. Push it up again. There's a lot of clicking going on here. And last time. So use the hips or the elbows now against the hips and knees and just rotate and down. So you're going into your plank position. Nice strong position here. Foot towards the hand and then switch sides. So let's do 5 each side. Now if you can bring the foot even just to here and back, that's fine. If you can go lower, push the elbow towards the foot. And get a deeper stretch down into that hand. Keep going. I'll show it from here. Really opens out the hips. And when you've done 5 each side, go down onto your side, lengthen the body out, hands out in front, top knee up, and you're going to rotate, turning that chest towards the ceiling and trying to keep everything else nice and strong. Knee can lift slightly, that's absolutely fine. 6 each side. When you've done 6 on one side, you can just roll over. I'm just going to turn so that I'm not turned away from the camera. Again, if the knee lifts, that's fine. 6 each side. Rolling it onto your back. Both feet towards the bum. And you're going to push the pelvis towards the ceiling. Hold for a second. And then roll that back down. If you can do it with the foot up on the knee, do 6 each side like that. Go for it now, whichever you can do. So 12 with both legs on the floor, or 6 like this each side. And again, remember, you squeeze the bum at the top, and you're getting that pelvis towards the ceiling, and get a good stretch on the whole leg, and bring it up. Right, so we'll go through that. Again, as I said, I will show different variations of everything. We're going to start off with a squat jump on the floor. So again, if you can't, or you find the whole squat jump difficult, watch as we go through. I'm going to show you an easier version. So I'll always start with the base version, and then I'll show an easier and an advanced. So when you're ready, the squat jump, we're going to stand, feet 5 to 1. We're going to sit back as if we're going to sit on a chair. Feel free to use a chair if you are a beginner and if you're still not quite sure of your squat position. And you're going to go down into the squat and jump up out of it with some plyometric, just nice bit of energy, landing soft, and it's all one movement, okay? That's your basic. I'll show the easier version now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, go to the corner of the chair, sit back as if you're going to sit, and then jump up. And that's a good, safe way to start. If you find that the jump is too much, or you've maybe got a sore knee, just go up and speed squat instead. If you want to advance it, go up onto the toes. Swing the hands back as you go. And eventually, the next natural progression is to go in to your squat jump. You have 10 seconds left, keep going. So whichever one you're doing, stick to it. And time. Well done. Bring it down onto the floor. We're going to go into our crunch. Again, I'm going to show you the basic to start, and then I'll go low and high, okay? So a basic crunch, you're on your back, knees are here, hands are by your temples, head and shoulders are here. Freeze in this position, and now crunch and contract your rib cage towards your pelvis. And as you do that, your body comes up and down. So nothing else moves. That's your basic. Let's go. So again, we're here. Now, if you want to make that easier, hands onto the thighs, lock everything. Same movement again, contract here
and it will push your hands up and down. Keep your head and shoulders off the floor. If that's too easy, bring the feet to here and you've got your progression. And if you want to really go for it, put those feet up. So you see there's 4 variations of the same movement that will suit everybody in some way. 3, 2, 1. So now you put your head and shoulders down. Never put your head and shoulders down on the floor during the crunches or sit-ups, because you're losing the momentum. You're going now to your power stride. This is the same as what we did in the warm-up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're switching legs. Hands are moving as if we're running. If you want to extend it further, hands go out. Go a little bit lower if you can. If that's too much, you're going into a swing back. Slowly to start. Step back and squeeze. Hands are above the ceiling. You're not arching the lower back. You're squeezing the bum as you step. And then as you get the movement, you can go with more power or back here. So again, varying all the moves for you. 3, 2, and time. Well done. We're going down onto the floor now, and we're going to do the basic plank. I'm going to change the order of this. So, because we're going to get the basic plank, then we can do our fancier planks after. Emma explained these yesterday. When you're on the floor, whether you're on your knees or your toes, everything's in a straight line. So watch here. Forearms, I'm on my knees. This is not a plank. Tuck the pelvis down and squeeze the cord. There's your plank. Or here, again, not a plank. Tuck, hold, squeeze, plank. So once you feel everything engaged, that's your plank. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So from here, I tuck the pelvis underneath. I'm pushing my pubic bone towards my chest bone or my rib cage. I'm kind of squeezing everything in together. My bum squeeze. My arms and shoulders are working. And at this point, you might start to vibrate a little bit. That's okay. If you're on your knees, tuck the pelvis. You're still engaged. If you're in this movement and you want to relax for a second, rather than coming out of it, just dip the knees slightly. That's it. 10 seconds to go. Keep that pelvis low. At this point now, your bum might start to raise. Bring it back. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it back up onto your feet. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. Stay where you're at. Let's stay down. Mountain climber. Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have changed the order. That'll be fine. I'll change it back the next round. So mountain climber, again, we're in a plank. Again, hands are below the shoulders. Straight line, tuck the pelvis, and you're simply bringing your knees in towards your chest. 3, 2, 1. Basic move, in, out. Pelvis stays low. There's no jumping, there's no swinging and none of this crap. I'm keeping it nice and controlled. If you want to speed it up, just try not to bounce. And again, for those of you who are here a while, if you want to bring it across body, that's fine. Just try not to wobble. If you need to keep going and it's too hard, do it from here. Start it at your counter and do the march move. Keep the pelvis low, and eventually that'll get to the point where it's too easy and you've got the basic move, so you can come back. Last 3 seconds to here, and time. Well done. Turning around now onto your back, and we're going to do dead bug. So, dead bug, again, I'm going to show a few different variations here. For beginners, we're not going to do the full movement, we're just going to do single leg lower, okay? And then I'll show the variations and you'll know yourself where you can bring in extra moves. The trick to this kind of move is that your flat back must stay flat. So you don't want your back to arch. If your back is arching, your legs are too low, okay? So we're starting here, back is flat, and we're simply going to push for basic move, heel to the ceiling and down. If you've got a bit more strength in you, go lower here and extend the leg by the heel. Okay, now again, if your back begins to arch So if you lower your legs here and your back arches, it's too low, bring it back up. I'll show the advanced versions as we go. So, basic is here, next is here, heel first, and then for the advanced crew, if you can do it, please do not arch the back, and you can go here. Now, you can also do it like this, so it doesn't have to be big. But if you're a beginner, I would advise just doing the legs. Once you've got the legs, and you've got this core strength to stably do this, and to make this feel safe, then you can bring in the hands, okay? So we're going heel down, heel out. 5 seconds to go. And again, advanced dead bug. And 10. Bring it back up onto your feet. Well done. We're nearly there already, imagine. And we're going to go hop to squat, one of my favorite exercises. And we hop into a squat. Center, squat. Now again, don't panic just yet. I'm going to show an easier version, okay? That's your basic hop to squat. Go for it, I'll show progressions as well. If that's too much and you're just beginning, step, squat, step, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So your hop to squat, you hop down into the squat and back up. Squat, hop, squat, hop, or step and squat, center, step, center, and just switch sides each time. Now, if you're here for a while, or you're not new to exercise, go for it. Try and touch the floor. Keep the chest tall. Bump, bump, bump. Breathe out as you go down. Keep that chest tall. 3, 2, time. Well done. And we're going to finish off this time on the floor with a nice T-plank. So, this is a great move for control and balance. If it's too much or you can't do it for any reason, do the plank again. Simple and straightforward. Anytime you come across an exercise that maybe you started and it feels a bit sore, you're just not sure, go to plank. It's always your default move. For the rest of us, we're going to go for our plank here, on the toes if you can, and I want you to reach up and then come back to here, keeping the whole body straight and engaged. It's easier off the hands. Widen out the feet and make sure that you've got a straight line from one hand to the other. Take your time with this. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, these moves, shoulders are above my hands, hand goes to the ceiling. It does not go back here. Watch me again. To the ceiling. And then when I come back to here, I stabilize and I switch the weight onto the other hand, lift the hand to the ceiling, switch my weight. Keep it all nice and controlled, keep the core nice and tight, switch. So it's 1, 2, 3. On 3, you switch weight. So if you're doing this too fast, you're going to hurt your shoulders. A few more seconds, nice and controlled, lovely graceful move, and time. Grab a drink. So you want to squeeze the bum in that exercise as well. It's one of my favourites. Okay, keep walking around now, even if you've had a drink. We'll go with active recovery. If you stop suddenly, the body panics and thinks you're done. And that's where dizzy heads and everything else happen. So just always keep moving, even if it's just a walking around the kitchen, or you fancy a wee boogie, maybe you've got music on, keep moving, okay? So, we're going to go at that again in about 30 seconds. I might change the order of some of those in the middle this time. The T-plank at the end is great because even if you find that you're not strong enough to do the plank off the toes, in the T-plank, because it's almost a balance challenge rather than full on plank, people are able to control and you actually realize which muscles here are engaged, and it's a great one. And if you feel like doing it off the forearms and off the knees, that's perfectly fine too. I'll show that now in the next round. Again, none of these moves should leave you standing going, I can't do that. The whole point of these home workouts is that you can do it, no matter what your ability, no matter what your age, no matter what your shape,
that you should be able to join in with us in some way. So as always, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. It's much better for you to ask the question in the group and allow us to answer it so that everybody can benefit from it, because there's a good chance that if you're thinking it, at least 5 others are thinking the same thing. So unless it's something incredibly personal, please post it below and myself or Emmett will come back to you as soon as we can. So, full of energy now. We're going to go again. I'm so jealous if you have music blaring. I really miss music in these sessions. I just have to sing in my head. Right, so we're going to go again with our squat jump. We'll go through this a little bit faster this time because I'm not going to stop and start as much, but I'll always still show you all the variations. Please remember to choose one and follow it for the full set. Don't try and do what I'm doing because I'm showing 4 or 5 different things, and even if you're on the floor, you may fall. So let's go with our squat jump and we'll go down then into our crunch. 3, 2, 1, and squat and jump, and squat and jump. Push the bum back, keep the chest tall. Find your rhythm. If you have music going, go to the rhythm of that. Now if that's difficult, squat down, stand up, squat, stand. Go into a nice speed squat. Add your tiptoes. And eventually, it's the next obvious thing for your toes to lift. So again, you can do that in front of a chair 10 seconds. If you find that you're a wee bit nervous about the squat situation or where to sit back, use the chair behind you. 3, 2, and time. To the floor. So we're going to go down onto our back, into our crunch. Head and shoulders are off the floor. Watch my starting position. Knees, heels. I lie down. Then I have hands beside my temple and I lift my head and shoulders up. This is your freeze. You freeze. And the only thing that moves from here on in is this nice bouncy section here. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Basic, hands on the thigh. Do not move your hands. Let your chest contract towards your hips, and that will move your hands. So again, I'm not actually moving, I'm not doing this, I'm holding everything solid. When I'm confident that I know what I'm doing, I can go to here. I'm not pulling my neck, my hand is here for guidance only. I can do it without actually touching my head. I have a golf ball here between my chin and my chest, 10 seconds to go. And if I want to advance it, I go here. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Flip it over now onto your mountain climber. And stay on the floor. We're here. Plank, up, down. Okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Yeah, I am changing the order of these. Don't panic. Just to make it a wee bit easier on the shoulders. So again, I'm keeping everything solid. Nothing else is moving except my hips and my knees. I'm not moving my back. I'm bringing my hips in, my knees in towards my chest. If I want to advance it here, I'm not bouncing. Everything is controlled. Pelvis stays low. Remember, you can do it off a counter, off a lower chair, before you come to the floor. Keep that core tight. Keep that pelvis low. Squeeze the bum. Squeeze. Squeeze. Core is tight. 3, 2, and time. Well done. We're going now into our, we'll just stay down with our plank, okay? No, we're not. We're going to go onto our back and do our dead bug. Okay, so, again, we're starting here, and we're going to move the legs out and in. So it's a leg lower, and you're bringing the leg low as you can and back. And if you can go lower here without the back arching, go for it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So advanced, or if you know you're strong and you've been doing this for a while, go here. This is your dead bug. Do not try to bring in the hands unless your core is strong, because that's how you hurt your back. My back now is perfectly flat on the floor. If I go here, it begins to arch a little bit. You might find that it arches here. That's okay. Just come higher. So even if you're simply doing up, down,
down. You're still working the same muscles and you're working them at a safe level. If you can go low, go for it, but only if it is safe. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it back up onto your feet. And we're going to do our power stride. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, I start, I switch, I have soft knees. You can keep the hands here, keep the elbows tight to the side. Or, add a little stretch of the hands if it's natural to you. Remember, you can simplify this movement here. Squeeze, hands up, not back. Let's go again. Put some power into it. 10 seconds to go, guys. And time. Well done. Bring it down onto your plank. Oopsie. So again, we're on our knees or on our toes, on our forearms for the plank. 3, 2, 1. Forearms are here. Elbows are below my shoulders. Tuck the pelvis. If that's too much, go here. Pelvis is still tucked. If you're kneeling here thinking, this is not working anything, you're just doing this. So tuck that pelvis, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the tummy. Imagine someone's going to punch you in the tummy and you're going to prepare to take the punch. There's where you should be for this entire move. If it's too easy, go here and you'll soon feel all of that kicking in. Now you're going to vibrate. That's okay. It means you're working. 3, 2, and time. Well done, guys. We're nearly there. Bringing it up now for a hop to squat. Three, 2, 1. Remember, hop to squat. Hop to squat. 1, 2, 3. Or center, step, squat, center. Step, squat, center. Step, squat. So do you see how we always can vary? If you're still not sure of the squat move, go to here and up. Here and up. Here and up. Keep going. Don't stop. You do not get to stand still watching this. There's always a variation. 10 seconds. Advanced crew, let's go. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep the chest tall. 3, 2, 1 more. Come on, you can do it. And time. Last one. To the floor. And we'll just finish off with our lovely, elegant and graceful, but still difficult T-plank. So again, you can do this off your forearms and off your knees. But what you're going to end up doing is rolling onto the knee, reaching up and back to here. That's fine. There's a lot of movement there, but do it slowly. 3, 2, 1, watch that again. On my knees, on my forearms. I roll off the knee and I stretch up. So my top leg, watch it again. My top leg straightens, my top arm straightens, my elbow and my other knee are still bent. From here, it's a little bit more difficult. And once you go up onto your feet, you're better on your hands. So watch again how my hand goes up. It does not go back. Watch here. If you see people doing this, you're going to hurt your back. Has to go here to ceiling and down switch. Transfer the weight. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Absolutely brilliant. Short and sweaty. I don't know about you, I am sweating anyway. So we've kind of focused quite a bit there on our core strength, which is why it's called cardio and core, but we've worked on plank moves and we've also worked on a few different variations of squat moves for the cardio. So while we've done some power strides and stuff as well, and the mountain climbers, everything in this little workout is designed to work here and to get your heart rate up and going. So have a quick drink and we're going to cool down. If you really want to do that again, feel free to rewind back a few minutes and go. But as always, if you're following the program of the Monday, Wednesday, Friday workouts, or if you're doing the Strong Nation with me Tuesdays and Thursdays,
These cardio and core sessions are more than enough at the 25 to 30 minutes that they are. So grab a drink, walk it out, and we'll cool down. Yeah, my dog is scribing at me now. So walk it out, let's cool down, push the hands up. Nice deep breaths, guys. Soft knees. Bring the hands out the side, push them back slightly. Really give these shoulders and arms a good stretch now after all of that shoulder work. Put the hands together at your chest and then push out through. Hold the arms out straight. Again, my knees are soft. From here, bring one arm across at shoulder height and then hold it in. So get a good stretch into that tricep and shoulder. Switch sides, nice and slowly, always careful with the stretches. Bring it back to here, put the hands up above the head. Using the hand, tip the elbow back, so it's as if you're trying to scratch the top of your back. And you're stretching the tricep there. And again, very carefully, switch sides. Bring it back down to front, push it out again. Deep breath. Now, let's go big circles with the arms just to get the shoulders lowered again, Good work. Bring it down onto your mat. I'm just going to give the back and the legs a little stretch here. So bring the two knees in, hug them in, and hold. Deep breaths. Hold on to the left leg with the two hands and extend the right leg. You can go here if you're a beginner. You can go here if you're able, and if you are able to go flat, go for it. Just don't let that back arch. So the same rules apply to the stretches, guys, as apply to the exercises. We're going here, or here, or here. It's a lever move. My hips are able to do it without my back moving. If they're not, I come high. Keep the heel out first. Both feet onto the floor. Put the knee and the heel onto the knee. Reach in through and bring the leg back. And again, push the heel towards the ceiling. It always gets me there. I've got tight calves. And then low. Switch it over. Hands through. And one last go here. Bring it back up onto your feet. You can hold on to a chair or a counter or a person, whatever you have. Feel free. Put the knees together. Push the pelvis forward. So your heel here is towards the bum, okay? Let's come closer so you can see. We're going to go again with the other leg. Push the heel in towards the bum, push the pelvis forward. Well done. And then just finishing off with our usual big step back, down, tuck that pelvis and hold. You hear us talking a lot about pelvis. It's the trick or the key to all safe exercising is to know the points that you should be paying attention to. So your lower back and your pelvis are so important. And hold. So important in stabilizing the rest of you. And your body will tell you when you're doing too much or when you're pushing too hard. Hope you enjoyed that. I will be back in the gym tonight, thank goodness, for Strong Nation with the Strong Squad. So if you have been thinking about joining me for a while, even if you watch tonight, feel free to join in. I'd love to hear what you think if you do join in, and I'm hoping that my regular ladies in here jump on tonight, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because I missed Tuesday obviously. So thank you very much for joining me, guys, and I will see you all